So this is Diesel for We the People News, and this is about Gaby. Alrighty, and I actually seen a couple of days ago, and I just have not had time to record it and all that, about the body cam of police officers in Utah, and just haven't had time to deal with it. So tonight I'm gonna push myself through the night. Whoops. And see if we can get the word out. Sad ordeal, y'all. You know, I'm a father, grandfather, and all that kind of stuff, and I absolutely do not want to be in the circumstances whatsoever. Okay? So this is a news deal. Just in case to cover my butt, I'm not an attorney, so there is no legal advice involved in this. Alright, if there is, take it with a grain of salt, and you may have to get your attorney. Alright, once again, I never look straight forward, I always look around me. And it's also a learning deal, especially on the next one, alright? So, and I'm not going to pick the next one. The next one's an hour and 20 minutes. Minus, you know, what I say, or should add to what I say. But, good luck to these families. For all the blessings upon them. And may their hearts heal to get on with their lives quickly. And I'm looking at the bad part of this right now, but that doesn't mean it's true. You know, there's always hope. Alright, this will be the People News.
And I represent the Schmidt and the Petito family. I have a letter that they want to send to Christopher and Rebecca Laundrie, and I'm going to read it at this time, and then I'll take limited questions. Christopher and Rebecca Laundrie, we are writing this letter to ask you to help find our daughter. We understand you are going through a difficult time, and your instinct is strong to protect your son. We ask you to put yourselves in our shoes. We haven't been able to sleep or eat, and our lives are falling apart. We believe you know the location of where Brian left Gaby. We beg you to tell us. As a parent, how could you let us go through this pain and not help us? As a parent, how could you put Gaby's younger brothers and sisters through this? Gaby lived with you for over a year. She's going to be your daughter-in-law. How can you keep her location hidden? You were both at Jim and Nicole's house. You were both so happy that Brian and Gaby got engaged and were planning to spend their lives together. Please, if you or your family have any decency left, please tell us where Gaby is located. Tell us if we are even looking in the right place. All we want is for Gaby to come home. Please help us make that happen. And that was from Jim Schmidt, Nicole Schmidt, Joe Petito, and Kara Petito. At this time, I'll take some questions.
Rick, what do you think of, or how is the family feeling about the body count?
The family's not going to discuss any facts or anything to do with the relationship between Gaby and Brian. They were asked by the FBI to not discuss it. So, listen, the family is devastated. Every day that this goes on, they get more and more desperate. They're at the point that desperation is turning to anger. They know that the Landrys know where their daughter is, and they will not tell them. That's infuriating. Yes. I'm not going to talk about what the FBI is doing and what their investigation is. All I know is that the FBI and the law enforcement agencies that are handling this are the best in the country, and I'm sure they're doing a great job.
When did they rule this last week?
I know they reached out on Friday the 10th, and I believe again the 11th, and the laundries refused to answer those. They stayed silent. And as you know from the Northport Police Department's press conference, I think it was yesterday, that Brian was back in Northport, Florida on September 1st. So that was over a week later. And
Can you provide a little bit more of a characterization of what the message was to the laundries at that time?
I will not.
Ms. McIver, just to give a little bit of a timeline, how long was the couple on Long Island before they headed to Wyoming, and where did they go along the way? I have an idea more of the trip.
I know they were out here. Gaby's brother had a graduation from a local high school, from their school, and she came up for that to spend time with their family. And then I believe on July 2nd, they began their trip.
When did the parents
I'm sorry.
the incident on August 12th?
I'm not going to discuss when they became aware of the videos or anything to do with the videos. Thank you.
Were they aware of the incident? Were they aware of the incident at any time, August 13th, 14th, 15th? Were they aware that that happened?
Again, we're not going to discuss anything about that incident. We were asked by the FBI to not discuss it. Jim Schmidt is out in Wyoming, as you guys know. He felt he needed to be there. We have family in New York and in Florida, and he felt he needed to be out there to be the contact person as well as to do what he can out in Wyoming. I'm not going to get into his specifics, what he's doing, but again, the whole Petito and Schmidt family is doing everything they can to find Gaby. Yes. We don't know anything about that. Again, I'm not going to comment on what the police are doing. I know they're doing a great job. And I just hope everyone, again, pulls together and helps us find Gaby. And again, from what I've been seeing for the last few days, everyone is doing that, but Brian and his family. I'm not going to comment on that.
Remember the August 30th text? Is there any other, she implied she had received a message on August 30th detailing, can we talk about that?
I'm not going to get into the content of the message. I believe that's out there. It could be. But what I will say is that the Petito and Smith family don't believe that message was sent from Gaby.
And remember they were engaged, we heard kind of varying things regarding the letter they were at the time of, as of, what were they communicating?
It's my understanding they were engaged, and I know they decided with the pandemic they couldn't have a wedding or the wedding they wanted, so that was put on hold, and they decided to go on their trip instead.
And was the plan eventually to drive back to San? I know Portland, Oregon was like their final destination. They got to be in California. Nobody have any of those. I know we come back and land together.
From what I know, they were going to go to Oregon on by October 2nd, and they were going to spend time there. I don't know what they planned on that afterwards, but I do know that since they were supposed to be out there until August 2nd, Brian's family knew that when he showed up on September 1st, that, they knew that was against their, their plan. And again, when the police showed up over a week later, they already had an attorney's name and contact information for the police. So again, we're asking the Laundrie family to come forward and tell us what you know. Tell us at least where to look.
And the August 30th text, I know you can't say what it is, but what about it made it pretty clear to the mom it's not her daughter? Was it just not the way she usually speaks? Can you characterize it a little bit?
I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to say the family doesn't believe that was her with the text. Anything else? Thank you very much, guys. And I do have copies of the letter, and I can hand them out.
Think you know who you're dealing with online?
There's that part right there. Alright. This next one is actually going to be body cams of the police officers in Utah when they got pulled over. It's an hour and 17 minutes plus my crap. Be about an hour and 20 minutes long. Alright. These are Weird People News. Bye, y'all.